Don't you do it. Don't do it. I warned you. I warned you, didn't I? Okay. Well, greetings everybody. I have an arrow in my head. You missed the skeleton portion of that little exchange. But yeah, greetings everybody. I am Lobo and welcome to episode 18 of my Minecraft survival series. Now, I thought we could actually start off today's episode by doing a little resource gathering, a little caving, lighting up some areas, because yes, we still do that. And since this is going to be our last resource gathering session before we get our beacon, I thought we'd go ahead and commemorate it by actually featuring it here in this video. So let's get started. At least, that's what I thought was going to happen. But things didn't exactly go to plan, you know? The footage of that caving expedition was destroyed, not by me, but by forces I can't fully comprehend. Mere bits and pieces, just frames survived. And I'm going to show them to you now as evidence. Now beware, what I'm showing you is not for the faint of heart. This is our first encounter with the undead, whose physical form ignited before my very eyes and disappeared into this spectral residue, these orbs of XP, the electromagnetic charge of which disrupted our video feed. And as we ventured further into that ravine, things only got worse, because we weren't alone down there. Not by a long shot. There was some presence watching us, something I can only describe as creepy. A spectral abomination that absolutely photobombed this selfie. We weren't just being watched when we were down there, we were being hunted. And for an entire hour I was constantly looking over my shoulder. I never got the sense that I was alone. Not once. Until finally I was. In a place from which I would never escape. And never be heard from. Ever. Again. Until now. But no, in all seriousness, what happened was the video footage of that caving expedition got corrupted somehow. So like an hour of me talking to myself playing this game just down the drain. But that's alright though, I'm not going to get mad about it or anything like that. You know, I thought I'd go ahead and put that together, and hopefully that was somewhat entertaining and makes up for the missing footage. I do have this spoiler warning behind me because I didn't notice the corrupted footage until after I finished filming the episode. So ignore this, you probably already saw it in the thumbnail, I guess it really doesn't matter. But yeah, we're going to be working on this today, so let's jump back in time and get to this point right here again. Alright, so I think it's about time we go ahead and get rid of this thing, our little direction-choosy dartboard thingamabobber that I made a while back that we used one time and one time only. Because this whole area right here, this is going to be our mine area, so we need mine-related stuff right here. So I think the permanent structure for the center of our town right here is probably going to be like an obsidian platform that we can bring our ores up, just like a platform to ceremoniously break our ores upon, you know? And maybe we'll end up with a little something like this with a redstone lamp in the center of it like this. And I'm going to go ahead and wire that up and get it permanently on. And after that, I think I'm going to go ahead and take all the ores we got from our little caving expedition, and we'll go ahead and just stack them up. And we'll go ahead and break them all down with our fortune pick, and we'll see what kind of loot we get. Sound good? All right, I'll see you guys back here in just a few minutes. Oh, look at this little Tower of Awesomeness. The only thing that would make it better is if we had more light blue. Let's go ahead and get up to the top up here. Of course, our iron and gold. Let's try that again. Let's go ahead and get up to the top up here. And of course, our iron and gold aren't included in this because those need to be smelted, not broken down. But all this stuff right here, all this stuff can be broken down. So let's go ahead and knock that out real quick. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Let me make some room in my inventory so I can pick up the rest of this mess. We got 8 diamonds from just 2 diamond ore. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the rest of this stuff, and I will meet you at today's project. So loud. So loud. And as you may have guessed, we're back here in the Nether because we're going back to our wither farm because it's time to beautify it. Or creepify it. One of the two. So I got a long way to walk. So I will meet you there. First things first, we need to get cooking, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting our iron in here, and yeah, we're going to need a lot of it because we need hoppers galore today. Since we are in the Nether, we don't have the luxury of being able to use water for item transportation. So while that's cooking, let me go ahead and explain to you what's going to go on in this general area right here. This is where we're going to be spending most of our time when we're at this farm, so I want it to be like the nice cozy interior of a house. And when I say cozy, what I really mean is creepy. Like, not ghost creepy, not haunted house creepy, more like you make a new friend and he invites you over to hang out, and then you're like, I'm never hanging out with this guy again because his house is so creepy. That type of creepy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start hollowing out some of this area, and we need to figure out the dimensions we want this house to be. So I'm going to just basically take out netherrack until I get this area to a size I like. So once I figure that out, I will be right back with you. I think I've got it. I had to actually lay some stuff out so I could figure out the exact size I wanted everything, but I think this is going to work. So down here, we'll have our living room area, a little sunken in living room. We'll come down here, we'll do our blaze and wither stuff right here. Up here, this is going to be like kind of a hallway that runs into this back hallway, which will be our storage system. We'll probably have an item elevator right there, and I'll run into like a hopper stream maybe that'll go back behind here to our sorting system. And you know, I'll figure out most of the logistics off camera, but we need to do some organization. So as it stands, we have 2 chests for bones, 2 for charcoal, a chest for arrows, a chest for blaze rods. We have a blank one in between the arrows and the blaze rods. I'm trying to decide if I want to do arrows or if I want to do blaze rods in that chest. I'm thinking, since we do have an infinity bow, maybe arrows aren't really super necessary. Plus, we don't get a lot of regular skeletons. We get more blazes, so maybe blaze rods. And then glowstone, obviously. Oh, let me go ahead and show you this, which I did off camera. I hooked up the crusher back to a clock. It's running on its own clock now, and it crushes for a longer time with less space in between. So I think, you know, that seems to work. It's connected to its own little lever right here, completely independent of that one. But I was thinking, since we are approaching 100 levels, maybe we should go ahead and hit that milestone so that way I'm not constantly thinking about it while we're trying to build. So let's go ahead and break this because this piece of the wall needs to come out anyway. All right, you think that's enough? I think that might be enough to bring us over the top. So let's go ahead and start taking these guys out and watch those lovely, lovely experience orbs just start flowing in. Come on, 100, here we come. Are you serious? We're like 1 away. 1 away. Oh, here we go. We got a couple volunteers. 100, bring it. There we go. Yes, now I can actually concentrate on stuff aside from hitting that milestone. All right, that's awesome. And we do have 15 wither skulls, which is also awesome. So let's go ahead and get back to work. This thing has to remain off because it is very loud and very distracting. I just sit there swiping at blazes and wither skeletons, never get anything accomplished. But yeah, we have our hopper streams in place now. I still need to do all the wiring back here. None of that's been done yet, but this is pretty much sorted out. So down here, we're going to have our item collection system at the bottom here. You see we kind of extended this to catch the stray items that we saw flying out last time. So if we throw our stuff in there, it makes its way through that hopper chain to this droppervator, which is pretty cool. I have it wired up to this observer clock thingy back here. Please don't get in front of me when I'm gesturing. That is very dangerous for the both of us. If we depower it, basically it sends that thing shooting out items. All right. To get those items to go up to where we want them to go, we need to have at least a 3x3 pillar coming out of the top of this dropper, and it'll probably go up to about here-ish, maybe? No, we're going to go down 1 block lower than that. And basically, what I want to try is to have an ice stream that'll go down to that hopper right there. And I know we don't have water, but I think we can actually make it work. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of this 3x3 pillar built in, and I'll meet you back here in just a minute. You know, so loud. One day I will remember to turn my volume down. Yeah, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. So I was going to do a progress update, but it seemed kind of pointless when I can't show you the thing working. So and if all we need to do to get it working is get some ice, then I might as well just come over here to the edge of the biome and collect some ice real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you back in there. Last episode we were in here, we discussed how turning off the redstone signal activates the farm, so breaking that sent this whole system active without having the upstairs going, so we shouldn't have any mobs falling down. But these torches should go through everything, up to the drop elevator, which is awesome. Very good, very good. There they all go, and they should be going up to the top where there is a slime block on a piston that should be pushing them across the ice stream into that hopper, so let's go see if we can see that in action. Doesn't look like that's working, does it? No, they're just chilling there on the ice. Alright, well, all those made it. But what matters is not the torches I throw in front, it's the ones that actually go into the drop chamber and come up through the elevator. So let's throw these down in there. I kind of made myself a little test chute right here. So these should be going into the system, and they should be coming up through the item elevator. It sounds like they are. There they go. And there they stop. Huh. Well, it was worth a try. Alright, so we're just going to go with hoppers. We'll keep it simple, you know, we'll keep it simple. I do need to take out that piston. That is very annoying, so I'll do that in a minute. Let me get some lighting up in here so I can watch these torches as they come through. So let's go ahead and throw some torches here. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe that was 8. Could have been more, could have been less, who knows. Those should pass through the system. They should be coming up here. I hear them. There they go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So those should go all the way down there to the end. Let's actually throw in the whole rest of this stack. So that'll be 51 total that we should see in the first chest at the bottom, which I believe is going to be the glowstone chest. Alright, and they seem to be passing through, so let's hope we ultimately have 51 in that chest at the bottom. How many did we say? We said 51 more or less, right? Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Construction is nearing completion of my favorite item sorting system, which is a design by ImpulseSV, which I am not going to show the construction of because it's not my design, but I will leave a link to his tutorial in the description for anyone who is interested. This is a very good item sorting system, by the way. I love it. Alright, so this thing is pretty much complete and ready for its first test run, and first impressions are it is super loud. But that's okay, I don't mind. So, let's see, our mobs should be falling down here any minute now, our wither skeletons and our blazes, and here they come. Look at all of them! That's awesome! And, you know, I told you guys, our farm isn't very efficient yet because I haven't done a lot of slime, and there's still mobs spawning everywhere outside of this system. But, you know, I can't wait to see what's like at full efficiency. It'll be pretty great. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's make sure that this thing is working. So their drops, I need to mend my pickaxe too while I'm at it. Their drops should go into the item elevator and get sorted. And let's see. Yes, there they go. Oh, that is a sight to behold. I love that. All right, no more manually moving stuff around in chests for me. Oh, Wither Skull. Wither Skull, did you see that? Come here, XP. All right, let's track that thing through our system. And we should see it appear in this hopper behind this chest. It's not going to show up in the chest itself because the number of Wither Skulls in there has to reach 41. That is one more on our way, which is awesome, awesome, awesome. Alright, so now with the logistics done, we can actually focus on some interior decoration. I think we're going to use a lot of bone blocks for this build because they're available. Alright, you need to stay off. You need to stay off while I'm trying to build, and you guys need to be quiet. It is so loud in here. This is ridiculous, and I can't get anything done. Listen, listen. I'm gonna need you guys to go to your quiet place. Go to your quiet place. Just shh, shh. Oh, that is so much better. So much better. All right, so we still have our drops from that. Like, they're all in the hoppers and the dropper. They're just not shooting up right now, but they will once we turn the machine back on. So they're just gonna be waiting until the machine actually gets activated again. So no worries. All right, so here's what I'm thinking as of right now. We can use our bone blocks as kind of baseboards along the bottom of the wall right there, okay? And these sandstone slabs, they can represent carpet because these are actually the same color as a carpet I used to have in my little apartment, so it kind of reminds me of that. This right here, I want to make this thing into like kind of a fireplace since that's where our blazes are going to be. I don't know. It makes sense to me. But yeah, and the sandstone slabs have the benefit of also being non-spawnable, which is pretty cool. For the walls here, I want to maybe use oak planks. Yeah, I think that should work. I think the colors should work. Go ahead and just put some in here real quick and see how that looks. I think that'll work. Yeah. And what my whole goal for this room right here is to be kind of representative of builds that we make in our overworld. So we will have houses in our overworld with this same kind of color palette. And did you just hear a blaze shoot at me? Okay. So I'm over here building the fireplace. I got to thinking, I think I may have started a thought and never finished it, which is something I tend to do from time to time. So what I want is I want this place to be kind of reminiscent of builds that we have in our overworld. Like I said, we're going to have houses with the same kind of color palette. And what I want for our nether is to have like the same kind of feel, just slightly off, slightly creepy, like something, like it's the same place, but something's gone wrong here, if that makes any sense. That's kind of the general feel I want from there. Like I said, I'm not going for like haunted creepy. I'm just going for something is definitely off type of creepy. You know? And as far as this fireplace goes, I think this is a decent shape. I want to get rid of like this glass on the sides and maybe replace that with stone brick. And we're going to need a little texture variation as well. Alright, so I worked a little bit of cracked stone brick in here, and we may add a little bit more. I don't know yet. We'll see how it goes. We need to get more of this room built. But I think I figured out where this blaze has been hiding. Like one of the little holes I made up there for like item testing. So let's get rid of him. Alright, that is so much better. No, it's not better yet because we have another one. Alright, so we'll just let him get crushed for just a second. And then we'll take him out as well. And hopefully, that should make things a lot quieter around here. Oh yeah, that's so much better. So up here on the second floor, kind of sketching this out, I think our bone blocks up here are going to kind of do like double duty or maybe even triple duty. We'll have them as pillars right here. They'll also be the baseboards, and they'll be kind of like crown molding for the living room right there. And like we'll have them kind of come up around the entryway. So I guess they'll be like door frames as well. So that's like quadruple duty bone blocks. Basically anything that would be painted white normally is going to be a bone block. Alright, so I'm back from a little supply run. I need to go back up to the overworld, grab some black glass, because I think that would actually look pretty good, like over this like clear glass. I don't want to do like the whole thing in black glass, because I think that might make it too dark. So I just want to kind of do it over the top of it. So if I can get this in here, okay, we can come back here and we can see how this looks. I think that should look pretty decent. Yeah, I like that. I like that. So we need to do the glass over the fireplace as well. So that ladder that led from the nether ceiling down to that room, it no longer leads into that room for aesthetic purposes. It leads to this landing, which leads to this landing, which leads into that room. So we'll have kind of a stair set right there. And I've been doing a lot of grunt work off camera, you know, just getting like the basic shape of this thing down. A lot of repetitive stuff, which probably wouldn't be too interesting to film, but I think it's coming along. Like we're getting a decent shape, a decent base to build off of here. Alright, now as far as our ceiling goes, what I want to use for the most part is quartz slabs, but for right here, this is going to be the exception because we can't put our bone blocks there as crown molding, so we're going to have to do that. And that's basically because there's like redstone components and other stuff up there I don't really feel like messing around with, and that does give us a little transition into the wall. Let me go ahead and get this filled in. The reason why I want to do quartz slabs is because if you look at it, you can kind of see it has like this texture that looks almost like that fanned ceiling texture, that kind of brushed fan ceiling texture. I don't know. At least I can see it. But yeah. Alright, progress update. Ceilings are pretty much done. Super easy. But yeah, what I want to do now is kind of add a little bit of lighting here. So I think we'll do a redstone lamp with a cobblestone wall underneath. And I don't know if that's going to be on or not, because we might want to have some on, we might want to have some off. Or we might just want to have them suffering some electrical issues and kind of flickering. That's another possibility as well. I just got to figure out where I want to put everything. So I don't know if I want to put it there, maybe down here somewhere. You know, I'm gonna take some time and figure out where I want everything to go, and I'll be back in just a minute. If you are sensitive to blinking lights, now would be a good time to avert your eyes. Basically, we just put a little redstone clock here behind the lamp, and I don't want to have it blink too fast because I think that would drive me crazy. So maybe something like that could work. Possibly. Let's break this. That's not horrible. We'll roll with that for now. But yeah, no spawnable areas back here. We need to get this filled back in, which does not need to be netherrack. It needs to be gray concrete. The gray concrete is something else I'm not sure about. I do kind of like it, but I think maybe soul sand could work, except for that might be a little too haunted housey. Maybe a different color. I don't know. Any suggestions? Let me know what you think. Alright, so jumping over to our storage area, you might notice that all these are labeled except for our wither skull chest right here. So what I was thinking we could do is we could pop down a couple crafting tables right in front of it like this. And that's also going to let us craft some of these into block form as well. I guess just these ones right here. But what we could do is we could put a wither skull on top of it, like right up here. And that will signify that this chest is our wither skull chest. And we could also put some red down right here just to give it that. Well, I guess give it really nothing because you can't actually see it, can you? It kind of makes a line, not a like splat. Which is probably due to the arrow chest being a trap chest. So, never mind about that. We'll just do 2 wither skulls. That's how we're going to fix that. We'll do 2 wither skulls because we have plenty. We have a lot to work with here. So, next, I think what I want to do next is I want to work some foliage in here. So, what we're going to do is we're going to put this clay in these furnaces right here, so that way we can make some flower pots. So I'm going to let those cook for a minute, and I'll be back in just a minute. Yeah. You heard nothing. In my defense, it's like 4:13 in the morning. I am super tired. I guess that's no excuse. But yeah, I'll tell them. I'm sure some of them already know. But so guys, you know when I put those clay blocks in the furnace, those make terracotta, which is completely useless to me. I have a whole mesa to get terracotta from. The clay I needed to put in the furnace was like the actual like clay, not blocks, not these. So yeah, now I have to go get more. Yeah, it took me so long to find clay. This is just ridiculous. So ridiculous. Ugh. Alright, so we got our clay cooking, and now I think we can probably go ahead and put up some portraits while we're waiting for that to get done. So we don't want that. We want like creepy type portraits, right? So no, not creepy. That's just awkward. What is that? Is that a angel or is that a karate guy? I don't know. No, we don't want that one. We want, yes, perfect, because this is our wither farm. This is the withering house. So yeah, we'll go with that right there, and maybe we'll grab a couple more of these. I think we need to put another one up next to that. So let me get back up here. It's just, in case you're wondering about the slime blocks, it's because it's hard to jump up from a half slab for me. So, no, I don't like that one. Yeah, we'll go with karate guy. All right, cool. And now that we got our flower pots, which took way too long to get, by the way, what I want to do is I want to add some of these dead bushes right here to various places around here. Just kind of make it look like, you know, it was decorated and then very, very neglected. And I get a trophy for that, which is awesome. I've never actually planted a flower in this game before. So that's pretty cool. And as kind of like a last finishing touch, we do need some seating in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little couch for myself. And the arms of that look a little weird, don't they? They look a little weird. So maybe we'll just do that. Yeah, I think that looks better than having that weird random piece of wood in the floor. So we'll go ahead and just do that. We'll make it look like it's a full block, which it's not. It's actually just like half slabs because the full blocks are right here on this level. So we'll put carpets over those to make them non-spawnable. And you see that's just a half because the carpet ends up there. Yeah. So yeah, cool. I think we need to add stuff to over here. Yeah, that could work. And we could put some wither skulls on top of that just to kind of give it that little ambiance it needs. Maybe something like that. We just need to fill in all the spawnable spaces is what I'm going to do right now. All right, break you and get ready for this tour because I am so tired and I need to call it a day. So this is just about done. We got our little flickering lights there. You see we got some random vines on the wall, which is pretty cool. And we have our little floating head here and the little trail leading in this way. We have like random vines plastered around all over the place, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave those alone for a couple weeks and just kind of let them grow and take hold of this place, and then we'll come back and we'll trim them. We'll figure out how much we actually want in here. Let me close this door right there, and we can check out like our supplies that we got while we were working here, and we got a pretty decent amount of stuff for how long we actually had this farm running while we were in here. We didn't leave it running like a super long time. And we still have plenty of wither skulls. This have to build up to 41, like I was saying earlier, before we actually start seeing more enter the chest. But that's fine, you know. We got plenty, we got more than what we need right now. Let's see, coal, I thought we actually had more than that, maybe not. And bones, we definitely had more until we did this room. Love this storage system, like I mentioned before. We have our little overflow cactus right here. Pretty cool. And let's see, what else? We did a lot of decorating with wither skulls. What I'd like to have, though, are cobwebs. And, ooh, the vines are growing, they are taking hold. Did you hear that? What? Is that because of our karate guy? We can make whooshing noises when we punch now? It's probably actually always been like that, and I just never noticed. But anyway, cobwebs. I want to get some. I just haven't found a mine shaft yet to get them from, so I will be looking for that. This place might be getting a little haunted housey. I am aware of that. Let me show you this real quick. This is pretty cool, though. So what I did was I put a redstone lamp behind our magma blocks right there, which makes them light up when we turn their farm on, which is pretty cool. We can kind of sit here by the fire and just wait for our blazes and wither skeletons to come down, and I think that's pretty cool. But unfortunately, that is all the time I have for today, so if you have liked what you've seen, please feel free to share, like, and subscribe. Let me know that you liked it because it would mean a whole lot to me. As always, I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. It's been a real pleasure, and until next time, I am Lobo, and I'll see you guys later.